Hey everyone, it's Tracy Martirana here from Holistic Wellness with Tracy. Welcome back. Today we are going to make this green herbal sauce. Technically, this recipe is more of a chimichurri, but it's not really authentic, and you can make it however you want. So we're going with a more generic herbal sauce. It's more of a condiment than if you're thinking like pesto. Like pesto is kind of thick and creamy. This herbal sauce is really more like an herbal relish. So I'm starting with half an onion finely diced. You could use any sort of oniony product like scallions or shallots. And then I'm using a Fresno, but you could use any kind of pepper. Jalapeno would be very tasty here. Just finely dice it up. I like the red, and I also think Fresnos just have a great flavor. And if heat isn't really your thing, you can use a spicy pepper and just take out the membrane in the seeds, or use a more mild pepper like a poblano, or just go for a little bit of a bell pepper if heat really just isn't your thing. And then of course we're gonna add a little garlic. It just wouldn't be yummy without garlic. And with all of that, the vinegar that we're gonna add, it can stand a decent amount of garlic. Now I am using just 2 cloves, but it's because my cloves are huge and I actually had to cut them in half just to get them through this garlic press. So it's really probably the equivalent of like 4 regular sized garlic cloves. And then I'm adding a little salt. Again, this is about a teaspoon of salt, which seems like a lot, but there's a half a cup of vinegar and a half a cup of oil also in here. So there's a lot to flavor up. It handles the salt well. This sauce does not come out salty. And even if it was a little bit salty, it's really, again, meant to be a condiment. It's not something that you're putting, a half a cup on your dish. You're using a spoonful. So I let that sit, letting the vinegar and the pungent flavors of the onion and the pepper sort of meld together. And then I have cilantro and I have parsley. Now, authentic chimichurri is just parsley, but you can use whatever herbs you want. I'm also going to throw in a little bit of dried oregano because I think that will taste good. And then I'm topping it off with olive oil. Now, I messed up on filming and I forgot to actually film the chopping of the herbs, but here they are. I did about a half a cup of cilantro, a quarter a cup of parsley, and then added in like a half a cup of oil. So it's very heavy on the oil and vinegar, but again, it's a condiment. You just put it on top of meats or mushrooms or tofu or eggs. It's good on fish. You can use it on just about anything to add that nice, fresh, herby bite. I hope you'll give it a try. It is delicious and elevates just about any dish.